Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Let's talk about 5 conflict resolution strategies to supersize and grow your business. Conflict, I'm going to contend, conflict is inevitable. And so you have to have strategies for dealing with it in order to build and grow and supersize your business, in order to create the culture that you want to have in your organization. Conflict arises out of differing needs, values, opinions, expectations. And guess what? We're all unique individuals within our organizations and outside of our organizations, people that we need to interact with to make our businesses work and grow. And generally, a miscommunication of our unmet expectations, our power struggles, or of fear of vulnerability in our organizations leads to this miscommunication that is mishandled and causes conflicts to arise. Now, I'm going to share these 5 strategies to deal with conflicts in a fundamental and productive way. And I'm sure you've used many of them, if not all of them on occasion, because from the time we're born and we're growing up as children, we are inundated with conflicts and disagreements, and we have to navigate those in order to have a successful life and a successful business. First and foremost, active listening is the number 1 strategy. Why? Because until we understand and are really paying attention to where the other person is coming from, we don't even know what the conflict is about. Have you ever been in an argument with somebody and you took a step back and you realized, you took a deep breath and you paused and you realized you were both on the exact same side of the argument? Been there, done that many times. Sometimes we're just saying things differently or coming at them from a different point of view, and we think that we're disagreeing, but we're actually 100% in agreement. But it feels like a conflict at the time. Well, active listening can help alleviate that. If we're present and we're listening to understand, not just to respond, then we have the opportunity, and we're present in the conversation. We have an opportunity to stop conflicts in their track, because we don't even really have a conflict. We just think that we do. Secondly, stay calm and grounded. One of the things that happens when we're triggered is we get into that fight or flight mode, right? And if we do that, we're not productively solving or dealing with the conflict. So we want to take a couple of deep breaths. Mine is take a couple of deep breaths, focus on the moment, be present, and be prepared to be open-minded and figure out what's really going on in the situation. So often, if we're not doing personal attacks, or if we're not being personally attacked, or if we're not using accusatory language, we can get to a resolution much, much faster. Third, use I statements. Always speak from your opinion and your perspective when you're sharing information with another person that you're having a conflict about, right? Instead of accusing them of doing something or assuming that they've done something, ask an open-ended question or share, I feel blank when this happens. I felt really disrespected when you cut me off in the meeting today. And then just be quiet and listen to see what they have to say. Because they'll probably be like, yeah, but this thing I had to say was so important, I had to interrupt you. Well, it still made me feel disrespected. So in the future, can you wait till I get my whole sentence out before jumping in? Because what you had to say was really valuable, but I think that what I had to say was valuable too. If we speak from I statements, I feel blank when blank behavior, not the person, right? Cutting me off in a meeting is a behavior. It's not anything about the person. Fourth, seek common ground. Look for places that you agree. To me, these strategies are the same as a good negotiation. When we're negotiating, start looking for common ground. The more common ground you find and can check off the boxes of certain things that you think you're in disagreement about, the faster you get to the ultimate resolution. And then fifth, know when you need to walk away. If the relationship is worth salvaging or continuing, just walk away temporarily so you can regroup and come back when everybody is a little more calm and level-headed, or when you and the other person. Sometimes it's just a one-on-one person. Sometimes it's you and your whole team, right? And there's a conflict, or you're addressing conflicts within the team, then behaviors that need to be addressed. When we think about our business relationships and conflicts, they often arise out of lack of communication, miscommunication, lack of expectations not being shared or not being shared clearly, differing levels of effort that people, this happens a lot on teams. Guess what? if you've ever done a team project or worked on a team in your life, you know that different people contribute different amounts of effort and work and energy in the team. And sometimes people get resentful because they're carrying the weight of the entire team, and some team members aren't pulling their weight or aren't doing what they say that they're supposed to do. And that causes conflicts. Often we can use these strategies to deal with it, right? I say when you're giving somebody some negative feedback that you want to convey, always do that in private. So many teams will think that they need to air their dirty laundry of two people that are having a conflict in front of everybody. But I think that that is wrong and detrimental to the team. I think you need to deal with the people that have the problem or the conflict, not the whole team. The whole team doesn't have a conflict problem. Just a couple of individuals often do. And usually if you settle those between the two people, it positively impacts the team. If you settle that in front of the whole team, it degrades you as a leader because people don't like to be called out embarrassed. And if you give negative feedback in front of a whole group of people, I'm going to say shame on you, because that is a really, it's like the organizations that will have a couple of people that abuse the either the vacation schedules or the showing up for work on time thing. And instead of dealing with the people that have a problem getting to work on time and holding them accountable, they will put in a policy that affects everyone in the organization. Hey, if you're more than 15 minutes late, you get docked an hour's pay, which affects everybody, instead of dealing with the couple people that have the problem showing up for work on time. That's my favorite example of that. So what do you do after a conflict, to heal a conflict? I'm going to quickly share 4 things that you can do. Number 1, apologize. The parties need to sincerely apologize. I need to sincerely apologize for my role in a conflict. Guess what? I probably cause as many conflicts as I get from other people, right? Because I have different opinions. I have different expectations. I have different beliefs and values and past experiences, and get triggered sometimes too. Secondly, practice forgiveness. Forgive yourself and the other person for having a conflict, because conflicts are healthy for our relationships. They show that we're pushing the envelope of our comfort zone and growing. Third, follow up. Make sure that the other person is okay and that you've really resolved the conflict and you're moving forward in the relationship. This is especially important in teams and in groups that you work with in your organizations and in your business. It's a huge impact on your company culture, right? And on how safe and vulnerable people feel at work. If you can't even resolve simple conflicts or deal with simple issues, that is not going to be a very healthy culture long term. And then finally, adopt a growth mindset. Realize that we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to have conflicts. There's going to be conflicts and misunderstandings in our business every single day. I can't think of a day where I didn't have something that came up that we had to deal with in any of my businesses, right? Because that's the nature of humanity and human beings. We are different, unique individuals, and we're going to butt heads sometimes, and that's okay. That's how it should be. Think how boring life would be if we were all the exact same. It would be really boring, and business wouldn't be nearly as fun. All right, that's our topic for today. Love to know your favorite way to handle conflict or deal with conflict resolution in your organization. Share in the comments below so we can learn from one another. Go out, make it an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.